Hi everyone, today we're going to be creating an adorable, colorful fish for Oceanography month. We're going to be using lots of different shapes and color and texture and lines. We're going to be using some oil pastels. We're going to use a Sharpie to draw out our fish. We need some water and a paintbrush and some watercolor paint. And then of course some white paper, and I'm using watercolor paper. If you don't have these materials at home, you can always use some markers or crayons or colored pencils or even some acrylic paint. Whatever you have at home, you can absolutely do with this art project. All right, let's get started. So I'm again using some watercolor paper. We're going to start by drawing our fish. We need to draw an oval, a big oval for his body. We want to make sure that we have room for his two fins, the top and the bottom. So remember that when you're drawing the body of your fish. So let's go ahead and start right over here, and we're going to, with our Sharpie, we're going to draw a nice size oval. And then right here on this side, we're going to draw his back fin, his tail fin. And if you have your own shape, you can do that too. If you want to do a triangle shape, you can. If you have your own type of fin, tail fin that you want to do, you can do that. Same with the top and bottom fin. So we're going to draw our top fin and our bottom. Okay, now we need to draw our line that divides the face and the rest of the body. We have a nice big eye. If you have your own style of eye, you can do that too. And a smile. All right. Now it's the fun part. We're going to draw our different patterns and shapes and lines. So I'm going to start up here at the top and the bottom fin. And I think I'm going to draw some stripes. And you can do any kind of shape or pattern you would like for this part. I just want to do some stripes. Now you can copy the same thing that you did up here on the bottom, or you can change this fin. Maybe this fin has, I'm gonna do some polka dots. And then maybe I have some polka dots that are going off the fin. So it's like half of the polka dot popping in. All right, now I'm going to come over here. Let's see. I want to do some zigzags. Cool. Alright, and then I think I might add some little dots around. Just to give it a little more character. And then, let's see, what should we do with our body? I think I'm going to do some wiggly lines right here. And then I think I'm going to do some scales. And all I'm doing are just U's, basically some really stretched out U's. All right, and I think that I'm good to go. with my different lines and shapes. Now I'm going to come in with some oil pastels, and I'm going to add some details. So I'm going to have some red polka dots. For this part, you can use crayons if you don't have oil pastels. We're going to be painting right over our oil pastel lines, and it's going to resist it, so it'll pop right off your page. Okay, and then I think I'm going to add maybe some orange. I'm going to add some orange lines in between. So all I'm doing is I'm just adding some more texture and lines and shapes to what I've already drawn. And then maybe I'll come over here and I'll draw some more scales. Okay, and then, I'll do some more, no, I already did orange. I'll do some green. Notice how I'm trying to use lots of different colors. I want to make my fish really colorful. Okay, and what color have I not used? I haven't used blue. I'm going to do some short lines on the face. Okay, and now I want to add some movement to my water. So I'm going to add some wiggly lines for some waves. Okay. And maybe one more. All right. I'm going to use a white oil pastel to do some bubbles. Now your bubbles should be different sizes. So maybe some small bubbles, some medium, some really tiny ones, and some big ones. You can't see it right now, but when you paint over it, it will become visible. That's the really cool thing about oil pastels. And you can do the same thing with crayons. Just might not show up as well, but that's okay. Okay. Now, I think I didn't use purple, so let me add some purple. I'll add some more wiggly lines. All right. Now I'm ready to paint. So go ahead and grab your paintbrush. And let's go ahead and paint the face. And you can paint right over your oil pastel lines and your Sharpie lines. Now I want my fish to be really colorful and really bright. So I'm using less water and more paint. All right, now let's come down here. What color should I do? How about some purple? Okay, now let's do the back fin. I think I'm gonna do green. The green for the tail fin. If you wanted, for the ocean water, if you didn't want to paint it, you could always cut your fish out and you could glue it on some blue construction paper for the water. That would look pretty neat. All right, and now we need to paint our body. So I think I'm gonna do pink. I tried not to use a lot of blue colors because our background's gonna be blue and I don't want my fish to blend in. I really want my fish to stand out against the blue water. So I try to use different colors that would stand out against blue. But it's your art, so you get to decide. Maybe your fish is camouflaging against the blue water. You can add some coral or some seaweed or even some other sea creatures in your ocean water. Or maybe your fish is a mama fish and you have a little baby swimming in your ocean water. That would be cute. All right. And when I'm painting kind of lightly over my oil pastel lines because I don't want to rub it off. All right, now I'm ready to paint my ocean. So I have lots of blue colors that I can choose from. I think I'm going to choose this pretty lighter blue. Okay. If you have a medium or large size paintbrush, now would be a really nice time to use it because we have a lot of space to paint. It takes so much more time if you're using a tiny paintbrush like me. If you want, you could add different shades of blue. So I'm leaving some areas a little darker and some areas lighter because the ocean water is not just one single color. Or one single shade. Okay. And see how you can see our bubbles. All right. I'm loving how this is turning out. What's fun is this is my second time creating a fish. And I made it look a little different the second time. So it's kind of fun. All right. All right, and we are done. If you want, once it dries, you can go in with your Sharpie again and retrace any of your marker lines to make it pop a little bit more. But that's all we got to do. I love my fish. You guys like yours? I hope you do. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.